So here we have another interesting thing come in. So Remington Speedmaster model 552 there. The customer brought it in to mount a scope, but he has lost the key to this trigger lock and wants us to remove it. And so we're gonna figure something out, finagle it out of there. What I'll probably end up doing is you don't have to mess with mounting the whole gun up and fixture it up or something like that to try and maybe drill the cylinder out of the lock. You can actually just knock the pins out still of the trigger guard and pull the whole fire control group out, and then you're working with a much smaller part and not have to worry about possibly damaging the gun or anything else. I probably will not try and drill this out. I have never in my life been able to successfully drill a lock out. And what I'll probably do is just fixture it up at the mill and use a big bastard end mill and just mill the whole thing off, and that'll probably pop everything loose, I'm guessing. We'll give it a shot. I might set the camera up next to the mill. I might just show you the aftermath, but that's kind of what's going on here. So we got the fire control group out of the gun here. You know, just knock the trigger pins out here. And I was kind of thinking it'll be easier, instead of trying to put it through the mill, what I'll actually do is just take it to the grinder on the lock side where the pin actually gets locked into the hooset here, and just grind the crap out of it instead of having to set crap in the mill and maybe burning an end mill out. I think that'll be way easier. We'll see. Okay, so worked out pretty good. Obviously we got the lock off without any damage to the fire control group. I went ahead and stuffed it in the sonic cleaner just because of all the metal shavings and everything else, and I'll scrub her and oil her back up and put it back in the gun. Ended up having to put it in the belt sander, so instead of the lock and key side of it, I did, like I said, I was going to grind off the actual detent side where it locks into the other part, and the grinder really didn't want to do a whole lot to it at first, so I just went ahead and went over we've got a big 6-inch belt sander, and I stuck it to the grind. Thing got really hot, kind of a no-brainer. I should have thought about that too, but I mean, it actually melted the crap out of all this little rubber. That's why it's all super distorted. And this side, same thing, it got pretty distorted because the heat transferred through the locking mechanism, but it's off, no damage to the gun, so we'll hand that back to the customer, and keepsake, I guess. Here's a little part of the locking mechanism that fell out as I knocked everything apart. Interesting.